is Jared Verse. Roman, we're
Oh, I
talking
love
about him
him.
right now. Jared Verse. Possibly New Orleans Saints. At 14th pick, maybe. Who knows? 6'4", 254. Ran a 4.5. And he's a big man.
Dude,
Again, a big
he's
dude
special.
who comes at you really fast. Like, I don't want to be a QB next year.
But
These
it's not even just that.
these
He has
linemen are getting
longer
bigger and
arms.
faster.
His shuttle's 1.6 seconds. So that's like the top 80% of everyone. I'm talking about receivers, anyone. He's like the top 80% of everybody. His verticals are 35 inch vertical. That means he's unbelievably explosive. His bench, he did 31 reps on the bench, was one of the top. Yeah, I think he's like 95% of the top 95%. His broad jump, 127 centimeters. So he went 10 feet. Was that 10 feet, 7, 8 inches? It's amazing. He is, when I talk about why I said Latu wasn't as great of an athlete, this guy is an amazing athlete. Unbelievable. You can't make these things up. Like you shouldn't be that strong. You shouldn't be able to just manhandle anybody. That it doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah.
I remember looking at him. I was like, "Who's that dude in number 5? Is he a safety?" It's just destroying people. Look at that.
Yeah.
Move.
The only thing is, like, because of his position, like, yeah, like they said 250's is bad, man. Like, 250's good for what he's at, man. Like 250, you get around. He's got some decent height, good hands, good arm spin. Like his vertical's good. 3-cone was not too bad. But yeah, exactly how you mentioned the bench. Was it 31? You said, or did you even? Or am I just thinking that it was 31
benches, 31 bit. Which okay, so I've done the 225 challenge. I've done it. I've been there. When you get to 28, your whole body just locks up. And for him to be able to do that and then push out 3 more, this is a very strong guy. He's a special dude.
Yeah. So I'm again another guy that's really good at the pass rush. Really good at the pass rush. Even if you put him inside, like if there's an inverse play, he'll still push that center or that guard out of the way. Like it doesn't matter where he's lined up, in my opinion. But he's so good. I think he's gonna be like mid first for sure. Like I said, to the Saints.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see if the Bears go back. I see if Atlanta goes back. I can see Jared Verse go to either of those teams because they're very similar. Both Atlanta and Chicago are very similar teams, obviously. And
oh my gosh, yeah, they are.
They both will love
they're best friends. Their owners are best friends, and they're like, you know what? They're good trade partners. That's the problem when these teams have good trade partners. They start to, acquire the other man's garbage.
And they go back and forth with the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 difference is when we come to the draft, and that's what separates us. But that's about it. The only weakness I have about this guy is like some of the leverage he has of like he kind of like he so
overextends himself.
Yeah, he goes past the QB.
Overrun plays.
Yeah. Exactly. So which he has to work on, which is easy to work on. And it's a lot of these DNs use a lot of their speed to get past these big, large dudes, and then they just kind of like, oh crap, I ran too fast. Now I gotta run back. So they're backtracking. He does that a lot, but again, sometimes if they fix that, he'll just cut back in sooner, and then he'll just create pressure. He'll learn that you're not gonna get the QB every time. The main purpose of being a DN is you gotta collapse the area around you in that little small area. So, and he's just thinking
like Chicago and gets Montez Sweat to tell him how to play defensive end. He could be a very scary dude.
He's thinking too much of a sack rather than like collapsing the play. So
destroy the entire line. Do what you see these great
Miles Garrett
does.
Do what Miles Garrett
just
does.
Destroys everybody.
He's like, he destroys the line before getting to the QB. Like, and that's the epitome of what you're supposed to do. Destroy the line. Oh, hey, there happened to be a QB right here. What the hell was that? But yeah, just an athlete, man, all around. That's the only bad thing I have about him. But overall, he's got a good motor, a really good motor. So there's stamina. You ain't taking him out.
The reason why I think he's the most pro ready, and that's why I think he's the most pro ready of these rushers, is because of his age. He's a 5th-year senior, so the guy's going through the grind. He's been through all of it. He's powerful. He knows how to play football. Yeah. He makes plays. He sacks. He tackles for loss. He's been everywhere. He passed defense. He can do a lot of different things. I think he's the most pro ready of all defensive men. I could see him being defensive rookie of the year if he's with the right team.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living.